De Bruyne's corner. Holland! Goal! It's Mo Salah! It's Mo Salah! Absolutely sensational!
And we're live. Welcome back for another deadline stream. Good morning, FPL managers. How are we? Welcome back for another deadline stream. Feels like ages since we've done a first thing Saturday morning deadline stream. But anyway, it's good to be back live. Welcome everyone to the stream. Big stream, double game week 33. Biggest double game week of the season, so it's a big one. How's everyone doing today? I've clicked something here and I'm not sure what I've done. There we go, I think that's fixed. So, welcome to the stream. Who's buzzing for double game week 33? Welcome to the stream, Turge. Dan Mosky, you look wrecked. Mate, I am wrecked. I couldn't get to sleep last night. I probably got like 5 or 6 hours, but anyway. The show must go on. FPL Focal, the legend is live. Woo, thank you very much. Poker Collect tuning from Morocco. Free hit versus bench boost begins now, says Twitch Argus guy. Jan says hello all. Welcome to the stream. Dan, we've got Joe here. Dave taking the tiss. We've got Top, we've got Tanj, we've got Razan, Dave, Farmside, Teddy, Bepster. Welcome all of you to the stream. How are we today? Razan says it's going to be one crazy double game week. I can feel it. It's got the makings of a huge double game week, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. You never know. How are we doing, Torb? Good to see you, mate. Yeah, you never know with double game weeks. Like, they can massively disappoint. There are some nice fixtures in there. It's a shame Arsenal didn't end up getting the double. Otherwise, it could have been a huge double. I tweeted yesterday about the biggest double game week score of all time. I don't know if we're going to get anything close to that this week. I would be very surprised. And this was before DEFCON was a thing as well. It was the 2015-16 season. Was that the year that Leicester won the league? It was, wasn't it? Anyway, the biggest score ever, 226 points in the 2015-16 season. Did that just loop? No. Yeah, they took a minus 20 hit, so I don't know if you can count that. Does that count as the biggest score of all time if you take a minus 20 hit to get it? Should it be your net score, or is that still the biggest score ever? Because no one's ever actually got 226 points. What's the rules on that? Who's refereeing this stuff? But yeah, that's a crazy week. They bench boosted. They're De Gea, Darmian, Cresswell and Coutinho on the bench. So what's that? 27, 39, 47-point bench boost. So that's the biggest ever. That's like 11 years ago. A lifetime ago in FPL. So how's everyone's double game week going? First letter of your first name on the left side and the month you were born on the right side decides your game week. So for me, it would be... I was born in November, so mine is João Pedro, last minute winner. I'll take that. It should be net score. Shouldn't count. Oh, okay. Alright. I don't know who's got the biggest score then. I don't know. Chivers, thank you very much for the super chat. It says, free hit 33 dilemmas. O'Reilly, Tavernier or Hill and Cherky. Also separate considerations, O'Reilly, Enzo or Cucurella, Cherky. I prefer O'Reilly and Tav, and likewise O'Reilly, Enzo. Like if I was free hitting, I would have triple Chelsea attack. Have you guys seen the Man United news? So obviously Martinez is suspended for 3 games. Maguire is now suspended for a game. De Ligt is still injured. And now Yoro's picked up an injury as well. So it's going to be, I guess, Heaven right centre-back. Probably Shaw left centre-back. So, oh, I don't know. Maybe Mazraoui plays centre-back. Don't know. It's bare bones Man United defence though. So that could play into Chelsea's hands. So I would go triple Chelsea attack on the free hit. Bruno heads-butts the ref. Bruno 59th minute sub. Mate, if that happens. Everyone's gone Bruno, so what? Where's Bruno there? Oh, there he is. All your surnames begin with R. Be all blanks. Oh, mate, don't. I'm about to buy him. El Senior Lump. Good morning, Oscar. Wishing you a good game. Love you. How we doing, mate? Welcome to the stream. Dark Hooli says, bit of a rogue one, but DCL or Palmer triple captain. Oh, I can't get behind triple captain in DCL. If you really wanted to like go against the grain, Palmer's the one for captaincy. Also factoring in that stuff I just said about Man United absentees, like I think Palmer captain would be the alternative choice. So you mean Chelsea are going to run through my team? I don't know, we'll have to see. I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea have a good double game week despite recent form. That's what I've been saying in content all week. Like my gut feeling is they'll do alright in this double. And if I was chasing, I would be captain in Palmer. If I really want to push my luck. But yeah, Haaland's going to be by far the most popular, isn't he? I mean, let's test it on a poll. Who's your captain? And I think there's going to be triple captaincies as well on Haaland, even though it makes sense to save it. Who else? Haaland, Palmer, Semenyo and other? I've put Haaland, Palmer and Semenyo on the poll. Anyone going Semenyo? If I don't know who I'm captaining, should I vote? I would abstain if you're not sure. Oh, Keith says, what's the crack? Young Focal from Sunny Island. How we doing, mate? Welcome to the stream, Keith. You're triple captain in Haaland. But surely, if you've got the triple captain, you would want to save it for potential double game week 36 because it just looks stronger. Like it'd be 2 home games instead of, I mean, Burnley away is fine to be fair, but Arsenal home is a really difficult game. If I still had triple captain, I'd wait for the second City double and go in 36. It's probably going to be 36 that City and Palace double. That's what I would personally be doing. Or are you looking to use another chip then? Maybe bench boost in 36. I guess I can understand that. If you're going to have like 6 double game week players and a strong bench, then yeah, fair enough. Huge game with City Arsenal. You're going for Haaland. What transfers are you planning? So I've been really like analysing this one and going back and forth, and I'm going to be doing Gabriel to Beal because I don't know, I just can't imagine Gabriel getting much away at City, first of all. Like, City just looks so good right now. Arsenal, not so much. And Arsenal had to play in the Champions League. So I just think maybe Gabriel gets DEFCON, but a clean sheet would surprise me. So I'm going for that. Be all in. It does mean triple Lee's defence. So if they keep one clean sheet, I'll be buzzing with that. But even if they don't, he's so good for DEFCONs. Like, if he gets DEFCON in both games, that could be like an 8-pointer. Like, if we filter DEFCON defenders, or maybe we go to Leeds. Like, 10.25 DEFCONs per 90, 53% success rate. Strike is great as well, but I've already got him. I mean, how would you guys rank the Leeds defenders, best to worst? So, Beale, Struijk, Justin, Gudmundsson and Bogle. How would you rank them? So, I think I would go Struijk, Beale, Bogle, Gudmundsson and Justin. I think that'd be my order. If anyone cares about Leeds defenders. I think, honestly, I've been looking into these Leeds defenders so much because it's like the only move that's on the cards for me. Well, I could buy Senesi as well. Steve says Struijk's best, then Bogle, then Beale, then Gudmundsson, then Justin. Yeah, sounds about right. My order's basically the same, except Beale and Bogle swapped, I think. Yeah. Struijk, Beale, and then Justin, says David. Do you know if Elliot Anderson's playing? I'm not sure. I don't know if he was asked or not in the press conference. Because obviously his mum passed away, so that's why he didn't play in Europe, and he might want longer, which should be totally fair enough. So yeah, I'm not actually sure on that one, sorry. Mark says, Ampadu in for Bruno. I've got 2 free transfers, and I'm going to free hit in 34 with Bruno. Leeds play Burnley home and Gameweek 35. I've got Triple City, Chelsea and Brighton and Young Tavernier. Ampadu for Bruno. What about Enzo? I feel like Enzo is potentially better than Ampadu. I don't know if I'd sell Bruno at all though. I think Gabriel is more justifiable as a sell, but Bruno, I don't know about that so much. I don't know if you've got Gabriel, but I don't think I would sell Bruno even if I had a few free transfers. I don't think I'd be selling Bruno. Are any of you guys planning to sell Bruno? Or selling any single Gameweek players? Let us know in chat. What's everyone doing this week, like transfer-wise? Are you going... Like, did any of you go Bowen or Thiago last week? Are you swapping to João Pedro or DCL? Or are you selling Gabriel for a double Gameweek defender? Or are you rolling? I guess, yeah, lots of free hits as well. We'll do a chip poll in a minute as well. As it stands, Haaland 77% captaincy, Palmer 11%, Semenyo 6%, and other 6%. Keeping Gordon for the single game week. This is the thing, like, there are some players that are okay with single. Like, I ended up going Thiago over Calvert-Lewin last week, and I mean, jury's still out on that one. That could still be the wrong decision, but it started well because he got the brace, DCL blanked, and now DCL's got the double. But it's an 11-point head start anyway, so that's how I'm looking at it this week, and I'm keeping Thiago. Yeah, final lineup, Alex. Besides, I'm going to do Gabriel to Beale. Jan's looking at Gabriel to Senesi. Yeah, I like that. It's a little bit... It depends on how many free transfers you've got. Like, in my case, it's definitely risky. I'm probably not advised to sell Gabriel and then look to buy him back. I'll either buy him back in Gameweek 35 or Gameweek 37. Because the thing is, in Gameweek 35... I don't know if you can see the fixtures, no. In Gameweek 35, Leeds have got Burnley home. So that's actually okay to play them, you know, Struijk or Beale. O'Reilly, obviously you'd want to play him. He's got Everton. Hill's got Palace home. And Palace play in the Europa. I think it's against Forest, isn't it? Is that right? They've drawn Forest. They play Forest in the semis. And that's either side of playing Bournemouth away. So again, like Hill was fine. So I don't think it's that pressing to bring Gabriel straight back. So I might delay it till 37 when Gabriel's got Burnley home. You lose too much if you sell Gabriel. But it's worth looking at what you would do for the rest of the season, because we're in like the final stretch now and you don't necessarily need that money. That's something that's worth checking. Obviously, if this was like Game Week 15, I just wouldn't do it. But we've spent 33 game weeks building up our team value, haven't we? So I'm okay with it. I'm actually okay with selling and rebuying, even though I'll lose so much money on it. Like, the importance of extra team value kind of depreciates as the season goes on. Al Najashi says, would you do a -4 to transfer Van Dijk to Struijk? For a -4, no, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it for a hit. I'll do it for free. I don't think I'd do it for a hit, though. Liverpool have got Everton, right? So you'd need Van Dijk to concede, and you'd need Struijk to keep at least one clean sheet. Or, yeah, or DEFCON in both games. I probably wouldn't do that. It's quite close, but I don't think I'd take a hit for that. 13 Killian says, hi Oscar, can you help with this, please? He's got the bench boost, free hit, and wildcard all left, but the team is meh. Yeah, so with that team, and you've got 2 transfers, I would wildcard right now. I would free hit next week and 34 in the blank, and then bench boost in 35 or 36. So yeah, just wildcard a starting 11 at doubles, and you could have maybe Henderson backup keeper, maybe Lacroix on the bench, Gabriel on the bench, something like that. Maybe Rice on the bench. Basically Arsenal Palace on the bench and a starting 11 at doubles. Yeah, and free hit in 34. That makes the most sense to me. And you've got scope to roll in 35 and then maybe add a couple of Palace players if you only have one on the wildcard. Struggling with this game, says, hi Oscar, my team is more or less the same. What would you do with 4 transfers, 0.3 mil? Only difference is I've got Justin instead of Struijk due to funds. More or less the same. So have you got Thiago? Because Thiago, if I had more transfers, I'd probably consider Thiago to Calvert-Lewin and Gabriel to Senesi, and then you just don't need to do anything else. You've got 14 out of 15 doubling. And then keep the other 2 transfers. You'll need them later. Yeah, George is considering Thiago to DCL. Yeah, it's one of those. Like, I mean, how many games is it since DCL last scored? It's not like he's banging them in for fun, but he does have a good double. I mean, if we look at game week projections, what we got? Next game week, projected goals. Where are Leeds? 2.8, so they're 5th this week. And he's on pen. I mean, it is a good move. If I had more transfers, I'd do it. I don't think you can really go wrong with Thiago to DCL. It's one of those, like, both routes probably come out fine. I mean, last week Thiago did great, so like you got those points. And if you swapped him, I think DCL's fine. And obviously he's also got Burnley home in 35. Johnny, Leeds have got great fixtures till end of season. Yeah, like he's a potential season hold. Just for me, it boiled down to like, Thiago's been so reliable all season. I picked him up super early. I think he was 6.2 mil when I bought him. And he had some fixtures I like. He had the home fixture last week, another home one this week. Free hit 34, he probably goes out of my team. And then he comes back in to my starting 11 for West Ham home in 35. And then it's City in 36 where I'll sell. Palace home in 37. And then in 38, Thiago's got Liverpool away. And then that's where I'll probably do Thiago to Bowen. Also, in the world #1 video this week, he was considering Thiago to DCL. Is that not better than selling Gabriel? Well, I'll put it this way, and let me know what you guys honestly think. What's a better combination? Beal and Thiago, or Gabriel and Calvert-Lewin? I mean, or any Leeds defender. To be fair, it doesn't have to be Beal, but that's what it'd be in my case. I just think on paper, famous last words, a Leeds defender and Thiago is better than keeping Gabriel and Calvert-Lewin, but it's really hard to gauge because it also does depend on how future game weeks go. Because I'm booking a transfer back in for Gabriel, so like if something else goes wrong, then obviously yeah, it's a problem then. Because I'm buying Gabriel back, and I might have to take a -4 to get my team back on track. So it's a little bit of a risky play. Whereas yeah, if you just go Thiago to Calvert-Lewin, you've still got Gabriel in place, and Calvert-Lewin's fine to hold. So it's super close. I think both are okay. It's a tricky old game week, this one. I keep looking back at that Salah mistake. I can't believe I've walked into that. Like at the time, do you guys remember? Spurs were like bare bones. Everyone was out. And Liverpool were playing them home. So I brought Salah in and captained him. And I brought Ekitike in as well. And I just thought, surely Liverpool batter them. Slot's going to start them, get the goals, take the 3 points. But he didn't do that. Slot ended up benching both of them and didn't get the 3 points as a consequence. But then Salah goes and gets injured as well. So on top of making that transfer, I had to sell him again. So I'm 2 transfers down from where I would have been. I mean, Salah never gets injured, so that's a bit unlucky. But yeah, it was still a daft move because Salah's form's not been there all season. So it's a lesson definitely for future seasons. I think I got a bit too greedy. It just felt like a big opportunity because no one was buying Salah, let alone captaining him. But I think I was living in the past a bit with that Salah transfer. So yeah, unfortunately I've got 1 free transfer instead of 3. And now I'm looking to make this even riskier move where I will sell Gabriel and buy back. No, I'm not crying. I'm just saying like it was just a stupid move, wasn't it? I'm like kind of looking back on the season and saying I made a mistake. It was a mistake to buy Salah. Injury aside, I shouldn't have done it because Salah's form has been crap all season. Well, it's just crazy because last season he literally destroyed the points record, but this season, all season, he's just not been there. Maybe I'm crying a bit. What did I get to here? So it was Gus. He says, morning. Double Bournemouth defence, 5-3-2 or a 4-4-2 of Gross. I think double Bournemouth defence is fine. If it's Hill and Senesi, they're both so good for defcons. If you go to Bournemouth here, like 11.95 per 90 for Senesi, 11.35 for Hill. 74% hit rate for Senesi. That is top of all defenders. Top in the league. 74% is actually crazy. He's going to be 5.5 mil next season, isn't he? Maybe 6 mil. All Liverpool players have been a mistake this year. The one exception, actually, is Van Dijk. But apart from that, I agree. Like, I've owned Gakpo twice, and again, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have owned him once, let alone twice. But again, it was like, they had Burnley home, I think it was. Was it Burnley home or Burnley away? And I bought Gakpo for it, and he blanked, of course. But yeah, Van Dijk, I think, is the exception. He's actually been great for me. Oh, Szoboszlai as well. I don't think I've owned him, actually, all season, weirdly. Yeah, Szoboszlai's been great. Apart from that, yeah, I agree. Senesi will go to Barcelona. I saw David Ornstein reporting that Spurs are like really pursuing him if they can avoid relegation, but I don't know. If you're Senesi, surely you don't go to Spurs. If it's true that Barca are interested. Like, who are you choosing between Barcelona and Spurs? Shout out to Ollie and Issy as well. Thank you both for tuning in. Hope you're well. So yeah, 11.95 defcons per 90. Have you sorted your team out, Ollie? Well Stoney with the 26 months. Bench boost and 3 free transfers. Gabriel Bruno /13. Matoma to Scott or Gabriel to Senesi. You could do both. Why not both? If I had to pick one of those, probably Gabriel to Senesi. I think Matoma starts one, maybe both. Herzler said something like he's ready to start. Something along those lines he said. So I think he does start one in the double. So I think I'd rather the Senesi move. But doing both is okay as well. But yeah, if I had to pick one, it'd be Senesi. Struggling with this game. Thank you for the 9 months as well. He says, to be honest, the price changes and making those moves not good. What was the price changes last night? Oh, Gabriel went down, didn't he? That was so annoying. I've actually lost money because of that. He wasn't predicted to fall, but obviously the chips have like thrown it off. Cherokee went up. Williams went up. O'Reilly went up. That's about it. Strand Larson could be interesting, like, or likewise Mateta could be interesting if one of the Palace forwards gets injured around the double, because then they should be safe for a start in both games. But yeah, otherwise just not looking there. Wilson could be good for the end of the season. Goran says free hit. He's going Semenyo, Cherokee and O'Reilly captain. What are your thoughts? If I was free hitting, I would not be going no Haaland. It's just so unbelievably risky. He's going to be... What do you guys reckon Haaland's effective ownership will look like this week? Like, surely it's going to be around 200%, maybe over. Oh yeah, we were going to do a chip poll, so let's do that. Which chip have you got active? Free hit, bench boost, wildcard, / triple captain. Because I can't do 5 options, and then none. Yeah, I wouldn't captain O'Reilly either. I think Palmer, if you want to differentiate from Haaland captain, Palmer's the one, in my opinion. I'm not sure about O'Reilly. I don't think it's out of the question that he doesn't start both in the double. I'm hoping he does, because I've got him, but I'll be honest, it's not out of the question that he doesn't. Especially since the second game is Burnley, and then it's the FA Cup semi-finals. Like, 8 Norwich is such a good backup, he could easily come in, it wouldn't surprise me, so I just wouldn't risk that. It's Palmer or Haaland. It's also not out of the question, Cherokee doesn't start both, but I think they're all more likely to start both than not. I don't think Pep will mess around, but yeah, you never know with Pep. 13 Killing says, what are your thoughts on this wildcard team? And then free hit next week. Darland, Hill, Nico, Stroik, Palmer, Semenyo, Tavernier, Gomez, Pedro, DCL, Haaland, Henderson, Van Heck, Gabriel, and Rice on the bench. So you don't need Van Heck on the bench. There's no point having... Or has he got a good game you want to bench boost later? When are you bench boosting? In 36? I think that looks good, but why not go Lacroix over Van Heck? Other than that, it looks great. Is there anyone missing here? Yeah, Diego Gomez is an interesting one. I don't know if I would have him on a wild card. I think I'd be more tempted by someone like Scott, perhaps. Or you go like Sarr and then you start Van Heck instead. But I think that's all I would change really. Van Heck off the top of my head to Lacroix. Yeah, looks good. It's a logical wildcard, to be honest with you. I like it. Okafor, yeah, perhaps. Yeah, there's a few players like that are all, you know, pretty strong picks. Ampadu, Tavernier, Okafor, Gross, Hinshelwood. Yeah, Pep was asked about O'Reilly and he said he's fine. So, surprisingly, yeah, Enzo as well. Sorry, yeah, Enzo. I don't know if you can afford Diogo Gomez to Enzo, but Enzo, I think, is a really strong pick as well. But probably Van Heck to Lacroix is what makes the most sense in your situation. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by Pep saying he's fine. I don't know whether to actually be worried by that. Because normally it's just super vague. We have training later and we'll see. So for him to just come out and say he's fine, I don't know, we'll see. Well, Stoney says bench boosters, how many doublers? Yeah, how many players have you guys got this week that double? So whether you're on no chip, free hit or whatever, wildcarding, or if you're bench boosting, include the bench. So if I do Gabriel to Beal, I'll be on 13. 14. 4. All but Bruno, 14 out of 15. I mean, that looks so good. 14 out of 15 plus Bruno is great. Alright, let's get one of these going. Which Holy Energy today? Should we go Fruity Frog, Pomegranate Piranha? How do they think of these flavors? Pomegranate Piranha, Fruity Frog, or Watermelon Whale? Pomegranate Piranha? I don't think I've ever had a pomegranate drink. I kind of want to try that. The frog. Alright, Fruity Frog. I think it's like pineapple. Fruity Frog for a fruity guy. Thank you. This is the caffeine one. What if I put 2 in? It's got the equivalent of 2 espresso shots, so I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, I've just poured it on myself. Shout out Holy Energy. If you want to check them out, link in the description for coupon codes as well. Let's try it. What is it? Watermelon? No. Pineapple. I don't even know what fruit that is. Oh, that's... Oh, it's a mango, I think. That's really nice. I probably should have put more water in because it's quite strong, but that's good. Yeah, I don't mind Aronson either. I don't think I'd rank him quite as high as the others, but he is good. That's nice. Put 2 in for the double game week, shall we? No, it's already really strong. I've not put enough water in. So it's really like strong flavour. It's like when you make a glass of squash and you put too much squash in. Right, where do we get to here? Sony says, hi Oscar, I've got 2 free transfers and 10 doublers. Thiago, Mbumo, Bruno, Gabriel, Heaven, 2 mil in the bank. I'm thinking of Mbumo and Heaven to Gabriel. Mbumo, Heaven, Gabriel to Palmer, Senesi, and 1 more defender to top up with the bench boost. Is it worth the -4? Yeah, that's worth a hit. You're getting Palmer, who's great. Senesi's great. And then, yeah, it depends what else you can afford. Have you got room to add Strike? Or you could go double Bournemouth defence with Hill. Yeah, that's worth a hit. For sure. You're getting in like a couple of the best players this week. And then, yeah, 1 more to top up the bench boost. Yeah, go for it. That's good. Struggling with this game says, I meant the prices of Gabriel and Thiago. I've owned them for a long time and I can't buy them back if I sell because of their price rises. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, if you sell both, I understand the predicament. Maybe it's easier if you just sell one. Like, I can afford to sell Gabriel and then buy back. But yeah, that's true. If I was to also sell Thiago, maybe I couldn't get both back. Although I wouldn't want to get Thiago back if I sell. Gabriel I would, Thiago I wouldn't. That's probably worth me pointing out as well. Yeah, Thiago, like, you either keep until 38 or you sell now and he doesn't come back, in a nutshell. Bellman, thank you for the 6 months. He says, hi Oscar in chat. Bowen to João Pedro, good luck all. Yeah, Bowen to João Pedro I think makes a lot of sense. That said, who have West Ham got again? I swear it's not a bad fixture. Is it Palace away? Yeah, yeah, Palace away. Did you guys see the video of the Palace squad out on the piss after they went through to the semis? So it's actually not a bad fixture to keep Bowen, but Bowen to João Pedro just makes too much sense. So I would definitely do that. Matthias says, Matoma to Gomez, Okafor or Aronson. I'd rather Gross over Gomez. And I'd probably rather Ampadu over Okafor or Aronson. So I would say Gross just about edges it there. It's really close. It's much of a muchness, those, you know, cheap double gaming mids. They're all pretty solid, but I think if I had to pick one, Gross just about edges it there. How are we doing, Jay? Good to see you, mate. How are you? Where's Teddy? He's in the other room. I think he'll come through later. It's still a bit early for him. He normally gets up at like 10 AM. He's a bit of a teenager. Hydro Washer says, morning Oscar. Are Nunes and Truffer good differentials for the free hit? I would say Nunes, yes. Truffer, I just think that the centre-backs are so unbelievable for Defcons. I probably wouldn't. Like Senesi, 11.95 Defcons per 90. How do we get Hill to appear? There we go. So like he's best in the league, but Hill's not far behind, 11.35 Defcons per 90. I just think the centre-backs are worth it. They're just absolute Defcon farmers in that system. Nunes, yeah, like he's got it in him to just pop up with a huge haul, and I think he's fine to take O'Reilly on. I'd probably stick with the centre-backs for Bournemouth though. Do you guys agree with that? I've seen Gahey on some free hits as well. Again, if you were like wanted to take a chance, O'Reilly doesn't start both, but yeah. Thomas says he's got 3 free transfers: Thiago to João Pedro, Mitoma to Enzo, Gabriel to Beal. Yeah, I like that. That's strong. Yeah, João Pedro I definitely would do. Mitoma to Enzo just makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, because Mitoma, it seemed like he had so much promise last week. You know, like he starts for Japan over the break, scores against England, and then he's just suddenly benched for Brighton. Just didn't see that coming. So it's a shame, but I think Enzo is a potential opportunity, a good replacement. Do you guys think Enzo comes straight into the 11? I think Rosenior's under so much pressure now, he has to. I just don't think he'll mess around and bring him back in and bench him. I just can't see it happening. Like if we look at Team of the Week on the Focal app, let me know by the way how many players you've got. Enzo is in the optimal Team of the Week. So the team is Darlow, Goodmanson, O'Reilly, Senesi, Enzo, Palmer, Semenyo, Tavernier, Calvert-Lewin, Haaland and João Pedro. Triple Chelsea tag. If I was on a free hit, my team would be exactly the same as this, but I'd have probably Beal or Strike over Goodmanson. But apart from that, it'd be the same. So, yeah, Enzo I quite like, and I think he comes in. He has to bring Enzo in. Enzo or Gross for 1 week. I'd say Enzo, Baker man. Yeah, good moves, Thomas. C-Mac, thanks for the super chat. Do you think single game weekers can outscore doublers? I've got 7 doublers. And I'm bench boosting Thiago, Wilson, Bruno, Gabriel, Van Dijk, Chow, Kelleher and Gordon free hitting next week. Some of them definitely will. They won't all, don't get me wrong. Because like when you've got the doublers, you know, for example, if we're comparing Senesi versus Gabriel, Senesi's going to get 2 appearance points in both games, so his baseline is 4. But he hits Defcon in like 3/4 of games. So let's say he hits Defcon in 1, that's 6 points without doing anything. Maybe he gets Defcon in both, 8 points. plus clean sheet potential. So generally speaking, the doublers do better, but there definitely will be single game because that do well. Thiago, Wilson, Bruno have got a good chance. Gabriel will be tough. But yeah, it's definitely going to happen with a few players for sure. But I would try and maximise as much as you can without going over the top with hits. You've got eight players. Yeah, so for me it'll be Darlow, O'Reilly, Palmer, Semenyo, Tavernier, Haaland, Jab. 7 for me. We're including the bench. 9 for Bruggen, Ryan, Van Heck, and Kadioglu on the bench. How we doing, Wardle? Thank you for tuning in, mate. Live and direct in Focal Studios, Focal headquarters. Jono says, who's the best Leeds defender ranked in order? Yeah, we were doing this earlier, Jono. We were doing like a ranking. And my order was Struijk. What was it? Struijk. I can't even remember my bloody order now. I think it was Struijk and then Beal, Bogle, Goodmanson, Justin. I'll put it in chat for you. That's my ranking of the Leeds defenders. I think they're all solid. Like on a free hit, especially, I think Beal is maybe even the best. Longer term, I'd say Struijk is better just because of the nailedness. Like Rodon could be back Gameweek 35. Who drops out? I mean, if you ask Leeds fans, they say Beale's their best defender, but what fans think and what managers think don't always align, and Beale's not got as many minutes as a lot of Leeds fans would have hoped. But then again, like Leeds have had a good season, so what do we know? But yeah, Beale's a really good defender. Like in pre-season, I mentioned him in a video, and I thought he would I thought he'd be really, really good this season as an FPL option for 4 mil. But yeah, he's just not been getting the minutes. But obviously Rodon's out, so I think he looks really good for the double, and I'm going to bring him in. Bogle's better but more expensive. I guess he's the biggest upside one, isn't he, Razem? I wonder if we can look at something like XGI. Leeds defenders. XGI. Yeah, look, Bogle 4.59 XGI. Struijk 3.52. Goodmanson, Justin, Rodon, Beal. Obviously different minutes played there. XGI per 90. Yeah, Bogle leads for that. So yeah, Bogle's the one with the biggest upside. But you know, less likely to get DEFCON basically. So there's pros and cons. Which Leeds midfielder? I think Ampadu probably. It's a shame Stack got injured because he would have been so good. He definitely would have been in my team. Gaz says, hi, no wildcard. He's bench boosting this week, free hitting 34. He's got 5 doublers in top 100k, 40 points clearing mini leagues. Chasers have got 8 or 9. Would you risk a -8 for 8 doublers? It depends who the players are, Gaz. You know, if you don't own some key players like, I don't know, Semenyo, Palmer, that everyone below you is going to have. I think first of all they're just really good for this week and beyond, but also to, you know, play defensive and cover yourself. But I wouldn't be taking -8s to get in like Struijk and, I don't know, Van Heck, for example, or for Bruggen, those sort of slightly lower ceiling picks. But yeah, if you're missing any big attacking high upside picks, then yeah, I would say it's worth it in a double game week. Regan says, on a bench boost after playing the wildcard last week, he's on 5 free transfers if rolling, free hit next week. Am I being too cautious, or are the saved transfers worth it for the final stretch? So it depends how your team is this week, Regan. Like, if you've got, say, 11 or 12 doublers, I think on 4 free transfers, you can afford to add 1, maybe 2 more, and get yourself up to a couple more doublers. Because you're in a really good position with that many free transfers. Like, I've got one, and I'm still looking to sell Gabriel to Beal. It's risky, but I'm looking to do that. And you've got 3 more free transfers than me. So, I think it's fine to add a few. Yeah, your bench boost, and so yeah, if I haven't got like 12, 13, I would look to add. You can even afford to sell Gabriel and buy him back. The Man United centre backs are all out except for Heaven. Yes, I guess it would be Shaw and Heaven centre back. Why Beal over Senesi? I mean, Beal's great for Defcons, and I think defensively, let's have a look at the team odds. I feel like there's better clean sheet potential, but maybe that's wrong for Leeds. It's quite close actually. 0.6 projected clean sheets, Bournemouth 0.5. Yeah, it's super close to be fair. I think both are fine. I just feel like maybe the Leeds double is slightly better, but maybe not significantly. And he's super cheap as well. 3.9 mil, whereas Senesi, how much is Senesi? Isn't he like 5 mil? No, I wouldn't triple captain Tavernier personally. Right, let's do King of the Game Week. So predictions in chat. Who's going to be the top scoring player of the double game week? It was Mavropanos. Last game week, he got 21 points. Predictions in the chat. Who's going to be the top scorer? I'm going to go... Wouldn't mind João Pedro. Who would be a good one? Palmer, yeah, perhaps Palmer. Trying to think of someone not so obvious. I'll go Evan Nilsson. I'm not seeing his name anywhere. I'm going to go Evan Nilsson, King of the Game Week. You heard it here first. I guess the reason he's not mentioned anywhere is because Haaland, João Pedro and Calvert-Lewin just makes a lot of sense. Maybe too much sense to consider Evan Nilsson as well. Scott, King of the Game Week. Gakpo, mate, if it's Gakpo. Senesi, Mitoma, Anthony. Interesting shout. I was actually fiddling around with a draft earlier that included buying Anthony in Game Week 38 because they've got Wolves home. I don't know if I'll end up doing it, but... Vifa, Gomez. Krupi. Nico Williams. Mate, imagine if it's a single Game Week player. It's definitely not out of the question. You know, like last week, Mavropanos 21 points. There's a good chance that outscores every player this week that has a double. Random guy says, cash Gabriel or Mukiele for O'Reilly and a -4. You're free hitting in 34. So Villa have got Sunderland, right? So Mukiele's got Villa away. So I would say Mukiele out. Mukiele to O'Reilly -4. Yeah, go for that. Keep Gabriel. Busted Flush has 1 free transfer. Do I replace Mitoma? I can't afford Enzo or Cherky. With 1 free transfer, I think I would. Unfortunately. So who would I go for? Tavernier. Who are the best cheap mids? Tavernier is probably the best one. Don't know if you've got him already. And then maybe like a Scott. Ampadu, Gross. They're all very similar. Ryan, I've not seen him mentioned, but I'll probably go Scott over Ryan to be fair. Like there's Okafor, there's so many. Yeah, I would replace him, and I'd probably go for Gross or Scott if I was picking one. That's where I would be looking. Regan says, team is solid. I'm keeping Thiago. I'm thinking Mitoma to Enzo. Yeah, if you can afford Enzo, like Busted Flush said he couldn't on the question before. If you can afford Mitoma to Enzo, I would be doing that. That would be my first choice replacement. Besides the likes of, like, you know, Tavernier, Palmer, Semenyo. Yeah, Enzo. He's in the team of the week as well. This is the projected team of the week. So this is like the best possible team you can build using FPL Review's massive data model, their premium one. That's the same one I use in the players to buy video. So yeah, the projected team of the week is Darlow, Gudmundsson, O'Reilly, Senesi, Enzo, Palmer, Semenyo, Tavernier, Calvert-Lewin, Haaland and João Pedro. I don't know if anyone uses it, but I actually made away kits for every team and I had a little toggle for that. I guess it's just... Oh, I guess, yeah, it's a double game week, so how does that work? I think the way we did it is the first double game week fixture. So Brighton and Bournemouth have got an away fixture first. But yeah, both teams actually play home and away. We're all teams that double play home and away. So that's the projected team of the week. Let's have a look at the scout selection on the other hand. From official FPL. Theirs is slightly different. How many players have you all got? So they got Darlow, Senesi, O'Reilly, Van Heck, Palmer, Semenyo, Gross, Tavernier, Haaland, João Pedro and Calvert-Lewin. It's a nice touch with the away kits. Yeah, thank you. It actually took quite a long time to do the away kits, and I'm not sure if it was worth the effort, but it's a nice little novelty. So I've got Darlow, O'Reilly, Van Heck, Palmer, Semenyo, Gross, Tavernier, Haaland, João Pedro. No, I've got 9 out of 11. And I've got more than 9. Deve's got 11. That's your starting 11. Oh yeah, the chip poll. So, oh, interesting. 31% free hit, 53% bench boost, 9% wildcard or triple captain, and 7% not using a chip. So the bench boost is the most popular, but a lot of free hits active as well. You've got 6, Wellstoney's got 10. 5 out of 11 on the free hit. Yeah, on a free hit, I just don't think I'd have Brighton defence. I wouldn't have Van Heck. I wouldn't have Gross either. I'd have Enzo, triple Chelsea attack. And then I would have double Lee's defence instead of Van Heck. So like Darlow and Beale or Struijk. (10 out of 11). 11 out of 11 for Kano. I am free says, hi Oscar, Man City versus Arsenal score predictions. What do we think, guys? City versus Arsenal, the game of the season really. Could be the title decider. I'm gonna go a score draw. So maybe a 1-1. Man City 1, Arsenal 1. But I might be optimistic though. It's going to be such a hard game because Saka's out, and then you've got other players like Timber, who's just been out for a while. Odegaard potentially out. There might be 1 or 2 surprises in the squad, but and then like Madueke. I think Madueke's was a knock. He went off in the Champions League, but the fact Arsenal also had to play midweek, it's just going to be so hard to go to the Etihad and get a result. A draw would be a really good result. Arteta will play for the draw. Yeah, I agree. I think a draw would be a really good result for Arsenal. 3-0 to Arsenal. I just can't see it. I'd love to have it. I'd love it to happen, but I just can't see that. (3-0), 2-1 to the Arsenal, 4-0 City, 2-2, 2-1 City, 3-0 Arsenal. Let's poll it. Who's going to win the league? Arsenal or Man City? It could realistically come down to this game, but not necessarily. You know, it's a world where Arsenal win and then you know, lose against Newcastle, that sort of thing. Farouk says, hey Oscar, I feel like you might have answered this, but I've got Matoma on the bench boost. I'm tempted to take a -4. I already have Palmer, Semenyo, Tavernier, and Bruno. For who? I wouldn't -4 him out. I wouldn't -4 him out. If you just got Matoma and no free transfers, I would just stick with him. I think he starts one in the double. Not out of the question to start both. Like Herzler did say he's ready to start, so I feel like he's sort of implying he's going to start, but it's not necessarily the case. So I'd just keep him if you've got no transfers. I'd probably sell him for like an Enzo if you had free transfers, but otherwise keep. Bellman says, let's go bench boost, gang. 14 double game weeks plus Bruno. Mate, you should be on for a stellar week if you've got 14 plus Bruno. Has anyone got 15 out of 15 doublers? Any mad lads got literally a full squad doubling? So I guess you'd have, what would that look like? You'd have at least defender instead of Gabriel, Calvert-Lewin instead of Thiago. No, that doesn't work. It is possible. I don't know how you'd do it, but it's definitely possible. Someone out there will have a full 15. Going without Bruno's too far. 14 out of 15. Yeah, I think 14 out of 15 is fine. And keeping Bruno, for example. Like we said earlier, there's going to be plenty of single game week players that outscore doublers. 14 out of 15 plus Bruno. I think that's the best setup. A mate of yours has got 15 out of 15. I guess it just depends on who that 15th is and how they do versus Bruno, ultimately. And obviously how they do in future weeks, because you're going to want Bruno back in. He's got Brentford home in 34. I guess that might be a free hit week. Liverpool home in 35, not necessarily bad. Sunderland away, Forest home, Brighton away. It's a pretty good run in for Bruno. You're going to want him back, aren't you? 63% say City win the league, 37% Arsenal. Alright, poll over. Bargav says he's got 5 transfers, wildcard, free hit and bench boost, but I've only got 2 doublers. Can you help me what to do with chip strategy? So, in your case, what you do is you wildcard right now, this week. So you could go very close to the starting 11 I've got here, and then your bench would be Henderson for the keeper, Gabriel, Bruno. Oh yeah, you need Bruno on the bench on a wild card. Bruno, so like Henderson, Gabriel, Bruno. And who would the last spot be? Lacroix. And then you go 3-4-3, and you'd have Calvert-Lewin over Thiago and starting 3-4-3. Yeah, and then Henderson, Lacroix, Gabriel, Bruno on the bench. So you wildcard now, free hit in 34, and then bench boost in 35 or 36. You're in a really good position because you've got the transfers to add double game weekers later as well, or Palace players. So maybe I'd probably have 2 on the wildcard, 2 Palace. Yeah. Palmer's a wild shout. I don't mind it for captaincy if you're chasing, especially. Obviously, like Man United have got 3 centre backs out, right? Is it 3 or 4? De Ligt, Euro, Maguire, Martinez, 4 centre backs out. So I would definitely have triple Chelsea attack on the wild card, on a free hit. Sorry. I guess on the wild card as well, I would have Enzo over Gross to answer that question now, just now on the wild card. Surf says captain Cherky or form over another City attacker. I don't think I'd captain Cherky just because he doesn't get 90, and you just never know with Pep. Like, he might be one of the few attackers Pep could see as disposable for Burnley away before the FA Cup semi. It might not happen. Like, he probably starts both. I wouldn't risk captaining him personally. I would go Haaland or Palmer. Haaland's the safe one. Palmer's the upside one. Yeah, Pep said O'Reilly is fine. Thank you all for tuning in, by the way. We've got about 1,700 here, so do hit subscribe below if you are enjoying the stream. Mediosi says, Darlish, Strike, Sinesti, Van Heck, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Bruno, Gross. So you're doing a bench boost this week. 2 free transfers. Do you do Thiago to João Pedro? Yeah, I would do that. Thiago to João Pedro, yes. And then optionally, you could do Gabriel to Hill, but I think it's okay to not do that. It's okay to roll the other one, to be fair, instead of buying Hill. But yeah, definitely João Pedro. Hill in isn't bad either. I think you're on double Bournemouth, so you could do that. Yeah. But yeah, the Thiago to João Pedro would be the priority move there, yeah. Kalo says, hi all, New Zealand in the house. Whiskey's on, free hit all rounds. Shout out New Zealand. Where's everyone tuned in from today? Tag me in a photo on Twitter of your stream setup, wherever you're watching from, and I'll retweet it. Show us your stream setup. Maybe we'll have a look at the ones I've been tagged in. But I'll do it on another screen first, just in case I've been tagged in something I can't stream. Australia, Netherlands, Sweden, Nigeria. Behind me, South Wales, South Africa, Belfast, Finland, Grenada, Nigeria, Finland, Tokyo, Gabon, Derby. Greetings from Egypt, South Africa, Indonesia, Denmark, Australia, Egypt, Kenya, Ireland, Sofia, Tanzania, Ghana, Madrid, Croatia. I'm going to Croatia in June. I need to sneeze. Bless me. Oslo, Ireland. Romania. Down the road. Harrow. With Teddy. Lucky boy. Uganda. Iran, Norway, Stoke, USA. What country is tuned in most outside of the UK? I think my second most viewed country is it US or it might be Ireland. Let me check that. It's either USA or Ireland, I think, and then like Egypt's right up there. Nigeria's up there. I can check it here. It is, yeah, it's United States, and then it's Australia. Oh, then it's India, then it's Ireland. And then it's Norway, South Africa, Sweden, Canada, Malaysia, Kenya, Singapore, Nigeria. So United Kingdom actually only 26.5% of viewers. USA just under 5%. So Australia third. A lot of Aussie and New Zealand FPL players. Why Beal over Senesi? I just like Beal's double gaming slightly more, I suppose. And he's cheaper, like way cheaper. So I think that'd be the reason. Do your views get better or worse depending on your FPL rank? Yeah, they definitely. Yeah, it definitely does affect it, for sure. Like people just gravitate to whoever's the best, don't they? Like Andy's having an unbelievable season. Like he gets unbelievable viewers anyway because he's like the biggest channel. He's the GOAT, but he's also having an absolutely stellar season. So naturally, people just gravitate to whoever's the best. That doesn't apply to everyone. Like some people will watch channels for plenty of other reasons, like the person that's narrating or in the videos or the graphics or whatever it is. But definitely people tend to gravitate towards whoever's got the best rank, right? Like the season I hit rank 1, I probably got more views then than I do now, just because it's like such an interesting thing for someone to be rank 1. And he's not the GOAT, Ross is. So what channels do you guys watch religiously? Who's your favourite channels that you tune into every week? Or podcasts? You can't stand Andy's stuff. I think he's the GOAT. Like I used to watch him before I started. I don't really watch any content now just because I do content like every day of the week. So I just don't really watch that much anymore. I just kind of skim through stuff that other people have made, because I don't want to like burn out, like spending every day working doing FPL and then also watching it every day. So I'm a bit more casual with watching now. You, Harry and Raptor, FPL mate, above average. Yeah, they're great. Only watching you, mate. No time for more than that. You the GOAT. Thank you, Top. FPL Tips is great. Yeah, he's an inspiration for sure. He's like basically the only other faceless channel. Some dude Focal. Focal only fan. Hang on. FPL Nightmare. Yeah, he's great. FPL Ryan. Yeah, he's underrated. FPL Air is good. He's like 30 subscribers off 9k, so I think we'll head over to him later after the stream. Fran, you are the GOAT. I just don't think I am. I'm just happy to be here. FPL Ryan, Wire, yeah, Wire is brilliant. Honourable mention to Fran. Yeah, oh yeah, Fran's having a great season. He's like 5k. Yeah, and he's just great, so consistent. And he's having a crazy season. Is he top 1k? Just having an absolutely crazy season. Like, it's the stuff of dreams to be making content full time and to have like such an unbelievable season at the same time. FML FPL, yeah, that's a good shout as well. Holly, oh, and yeah, he's 821st in the world. That's just so good. Absolutely crazy rank. Yeah, Planet FPL, that's another one that didn't get mentioned there. Right, anyway, there's a super chat I think I missed from LM. He says, if you had to compare your football ability to a current FPL player, who would it be? You know what, that's actually a really good question. You've asked this at a good time, because I play every Thursday, and I've started playing centre-back, but I scored a hat-trick on Thursday. And I got an assist. I shit you not. I didn't even realise I had as well. When I got the third, they were like, is that a hat-trick, Oscar? And I was like, no, it's 2, I think. But I don't normally score much. Which player, though? God, I don't know. Because I'm more like a centre-mid, but I've been playing centre-back recently and sort of like pushing up into midfield, because you just get more space. So I've been trying that out the last few weeks. I don't know which player. I'm thinking like a left back that inverts. Who's a good left back that inverts into midfield? Because I'm left footed, so I always play on the left side. O'Reilly. Yeah, probably O'Reilly, but but not O'Reilly. Like, I'm nowhere near. I'm not that good. Yeah, maybe like O'Reilly, just because he can play in defence and in midfield. Yeah, I think O'Reilly, I'd have to say. Good question. Are you doing the Gabriel transfer? Yeah, it's going to be Gabriel out. Gabriel out, Beale's coming in. Strike or Calvert-Lewin? If I had to pick one, Calvert-Lewin. Beale or Strike? On a free hit, Beale. Longer term, Strike. Chat's frozen. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Let me fix that. Are we back? Boom. Looks good now. Real answer is Bogle. It's one of those, like, one of the least defenders probably smashes it, and it's the one we don't own and the one you thought about but didn't go for. It's just how FPL works. Mikael, thank you for the 49 months. He says 4 free transfers. O'Reilly keep or sell. Cherky for Bruno if so. O'Reilly keep. Cherky for Bruno. No, keep O'Reilly. Keep O'Reilly, and I wouldn't sell Bruno. Thiago or DCL? I mean, I wildcarded last week, and I went Thiago with the intention to keep him. We were talking about this earlier. I do think Thiago to Calvert-Lewin is really good this week. It was never my plan personally. I basically just wanted to take on Calvert-Lewin's ownership. But this is the scary week. Last week I wasn't as too worried because it was Man United away. But this week he's got a nice double. I would say Calvert-Lewin. But I'm planning to do Gabriel to Beal, so I'm keeping Thiago for the bench boost. So I'm actually bench boosting just 2 doublers, and then Thiago and Bruno. But like, imagine Thiago scores again, then I think he'll come pretty close to most bench boosters in that spot. Because I guess a lot of people have got like Van Heck in that spot instead of Thiago. So I feel like a Thiago goal, and he'd pretty closely match Van Heck, but he needs to score first, so we'll see. James says 1 free transfer, Gabriel to Stroke. I can't swap back. I've got Beal. If you can't swap back, probably wouldn't do it. What's the reason you can't swap back? You can't afford it. Yeah, I probably wouldn't then. One thing that's worth looking at, James, is buying Gabriel back in 37 instead, and whether you can afford that. Because I might not buy Gabriel back until 37, and you might find you can by then, depending on what moves you make. Because in Gameweek 35, Leeds have got Burnley home, so that's alright to start Leeds defenders. You've probably got someone like an O'Reilly, he's fine to start. You've probably got one of Hill or Senesi. They've got Palace home, and Palace's Europa's semi-final is either side of away versus Bournemouth. So again, Hill and Senesi are okay to start. So I think you can get away with not having Gabriel till 37, which is Burnley home. The deadline countdown is wrong. That's right, isn't it? It's 11 o'clock. No, that is right. 45 mins. So that's one thing to check, James. But if you just can't swap back regardless, I wouldn't do it. Von Johnson says, bench boost active. Gordon to Enzo, Gabriel to Beal. 1 free transfer, 2.3 mil on the bank. God, that's super close. It feels like a 50-50 that. Gordon to Enzo, probably more upside. Probably more sensible as well to keep Gabriel. Yeah, I'm not sure about Gordon right now. I think Gordon to Enzo just about wins that. Ryan says start Thiago or Bruno. Oh, that's tough as well. God, Thiago or Bruno, who to start? I mean, Thiago's got the home fixture. Bruno's got Chelsea away. I'd probably start Thiago. Both on pens. Thiago maybe just edges it for the home fixture, but very, very close. Thiago. H says, Okafor over Tavernier, João Pedro captain. Is that crazy or it's not a bad risk? I'm chasing on a free hit at 500k. Suggest three names you feel might explode in any position. I mean, if you wanted to take a risk, I think Palmer captain over João Pedro I like more. I'd say maybe João Pedro's third best captain, or maybe Semenyo. I mean, the names that I think could explode are just the obvious ones, like Haaland, João Pedro, Semenyo, Palmer. I think on a free hit, you can go double Lee's defence. You could even go triple Lee's defence and then have like Evan Ilson instead of Tavernier. There's a few ways you could differentiate like that. And just take on Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, I think the second best captain probably Palmer this week. On the captain widget, it's just literally Haaland 5 stars, and then Palmer 1, Semenyo 1, Tavernier 1, O'Reilly 1. So Palmer's second best. Ahmed says, which two should I start? Thiago, Rodgers, and Gibbs White. Thiago and Gibbs White probably. I mean, Gibbs White's got Burnley home. I feel like you need to start him for that. But Rodgers does have a good game as well. I'd say Gibbs White though, given the fixture. Playboy Carty, bench, boost, and roll transfer. Depends on your team. I can't really answer about knowing your team, but if your team's well set up, then rolling is absolutely fine. Yeah. Dagian says, free hit, Dale, Stroik, Bogle, Beal, O'Reilly, Senesi, Cherky, Hinshelwood, Scott, Haaland, João Pedro. So if I was free hitting, it would be this team. So I'd have Enzo in there. I'd have Calvert-Lewin there. Senesi in there. So I'd play a 3-4-3. So it'd be O'Reilly, Stroik, probably Beal, just because of the Defcons. I'd play O'Reilly, Beal, and Senesi or Hill. Pick your poison. 3-4-3. So you bench Gross. You bench Gross, you bench Hill, and you bench Van Heck, and you bench Verbruggen. That's what I would do on a free hit. What do you guys think? The free hit is a 1 week chip, so like why not just have a little punt like triple Chelsea attack? Like a couple of years ago I went triple Palace attack, and that one always comes to mind because I remember so many people were like, that's crazy, why would you go triple Palace when Palace had a double game week? Mateta got like 29 points, Elise got like 13, Eze got like 15 or something like that, and it was just like so good on the triple attack. And it didn't feel clear before the deadline, but it just felt like a fun 1 week punt on a free hit, which is what the chip's for. And you get your old team back, it's just for 1 week. You know, and United have got Maguire out, Martinez out, Yoro out, De Ligt out. For all we know, Chelsea win that first game at Stamford Bridge 3-0, and then they end up surprising Brighton with a comfortable win as well. And they've all come away with big points. Who knows? It's a little bit of a gamble because Enzo's been suspended for 2 games, but I think he comes back in the 11. So that's what I would do on a free hit. That'd be my team. LAS Playback says, wildcard thoughts. Darlow, Ruff, Senesi, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Van Heck, Mukiele, Cherky, Scott, Palmer. So if I was wildcarding, I'd have a starting 11 of doublers, and then the bench would be Raya, no, probably Henderson, because he's got double. Henderson, Lacroix, Gabriel, and Bruno. And then a starting 11 that doubles. So like Calvert-Lewin, João Pedro, Haaland, Semenyo, Tavernier, Palmer, Enzo, O'Reilly, Hill, Darlow, something like that. And then you have a couple Palace players on the bench. I'd have João Pedro over DCL, but I'd probably have both. I'd have both and Haaland on a wild card. And then your bench is Henderson, Lacroix, Gabriel, Bruno. So you've got 2 Palace players in advance for their double, probably coming in 36. And you've got double Arsenal, who've got great fixtures for the run-in. And you've got Bruno to come off the bench. That's what I would do if I was wildcarding right now. Jan, thank you for the 9 months. He says, Thiago to DCL or Gabriel to Bournemouth/Leeds defender. Personally, I prefer Gabriel out. I'm in the same boat as you, Jan. And I just think a Leeds defender and Thiago is slightly better than Gabriel and DCL. It really could go either way, though, because DCL could smash it given the fixtures. But, yeah, I slightly prefer the Leeds defender and Thiago. So yeah, that's the predicted Palace double. It's probably going to be 36. It's not the best double in fairness, so maybe just the 2 players is enough, but that's fine. That means you can just roll and use your transfers for something else. Message retracted. Thank you, Rio Elise. Was it a blank? I think I didn't see a message in there, but put it in chat. I'll keep an eye out for it. I wouldn't take a -4 to get Okafor page, personally. I would just leave Wilson in. Yeah, I think Matoma probably has to be a sell now, unfortunately. Unless you're out of transfers, I wouldn't take a hit to sell him. Why Hill over Senesi? It was just for money reasons. Because when I wildcarded last week, I wanted to keep Thiago instead of Calvert-Lewin. But Thiago over Calvert-Lewin meant I used up a lot more money, so then I could only fit Hill in. And to be fair, like, there's not much between them. Like, in terms of DEFCON, Senesi 11.95 per 90, Hill 11.35. So for an entire million cheaper, I just thought Hill's fine. And I still think that's the case. Like, if you're pretty tight for money, I just think Senesi doesn't offer you a million more in points. Rio said, I messed up. Why not Semenyo captain over Haaland? I just find it hard not to captain a player on pens most of the time. And Haaland's data is just better. Yeah, it's one of those. Like, Semenyo could end up the top scorer, wouldn't surprise me. It could be Palmer, could be O'Reilly, could be a number of players. Oh, Bellman, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate you. Welcome to the 5 new members. Thank you, Bellman. JX, Johan, Ewan, Yashin, and Meti, welcome. What was I saying? I forgot what. I lost my train of thought. Forgot what I was talking about. Callum said, bench boost Mitoma to Gomez or Enzo. I'm unsure if I want triple Chelsea. I would rather Enzo over Gomez, personally. I don't think it's that close. I think Enzo's clear of Gomez this double. And then, what is it after the 34? Yeah, Forest home in 35. And I think Forest are playing Europa either side of that game, aren't they? That's a really nice fixture for Chelsea, actually. Marty says, hi mate, good morning. Krupi Jr. in for Thiago. Nah, I would keep Thiago in. I mean, Krupi's not guaranteed to start both. And if he does start, probably comes off early. I would leave Thiago in. I'm not sure if that's worth a free transfer, in my opinion. Arch says, Wilson or Rice to Palmer for a -4. So who's Wilson got? Oh, it's Brentford. Yeah, I would sell Rice to Palmer -4. I think that's worth it. You know, when you're talking about someone like a Palmer or like Semenyo or Haaland, like, it's worth a -4. So I would do Rice out, especially when he's got City away. Dev says he's got is that Fernandez? Yeah, Enzo, Semenyo, second in the money league. First has got no chips. Makes sense to -4 this week as I'm on the bench boost. A long-term replacement for Wilson, Slash and Bumo. Hard to say about knowing who you haven't got, but like Tavernier, Semenyo, Palmer are all great replacements. Enzo, Infer and Bumo is worth looking at. Since he's got that double and then he's got Forest home, like we were saying, in 35. I think he's nice for the next couple game weeks, maybe longer. Yeah, those would be the main ones. You're in a good position since First has got no chips. You can really put the pressure on now. How is everyone getting on this season, like, in terms of leagues and rank? Are you guys happy where you are, or are you a bit frustrated where you're currently at in leagues / overall rank? 19k, very nice. Captain poll, yeah, let's stick one up. Poll is up. Jay says he's got Darlow, Senesi, Van Hecke, Riley. Your bench boosting. So on the bench you've got Verbruggen, Bruno, Thiago, Gabriel. 1 free transfer. Any changes? So Darlow. So I'm set up like the same as you, Jay, and I'm actually looking to do Gabriel to Beal. And then that's it. It's a little bit risky, and I think you can make a really good case for just not selling Gabriel because you're going to want him back later at some point. No, the Palace double's not confirmed, but it is a postponement, so there is a guaranteed double game week to come for Palace, and it's very likely to be 36. So I would consider that, Jay. Otherwise, roll. That's the only 2 things I would consider, and I'm looking to do Gabriel to Beal. Joe, thanks for the 33 months. He says, hi mate, thoughts on Cherky on a free hit? I like Cherky on a free hit, but if I was free hitting, I would have triple Chelsea attack, and then my City triple would be Haaland, Semenyo and O'Reilly. But I like Cherky. I think I'd rather set up that way though. So my midfield would be a midfield 4 of Palmer, Semenyo, Tavernier and Enzo, if that makes sense, and O'Reilly in defence. I think the team of the week was the same setup. Yeah, it was. This was the team of the week on FPL page. Paulo with the 2 years. He says 2 years. I've got all chips. How would you use them? So if you've got all chips, I would wildcard right now. So you've got half an hour to lock in a wildcard. And then I would free hit game week 34, bench boost 35, and then triple captain Haaland in 36, assuming that's where the double goes, which it probably will. Yeah, you're in a good position. The next 4 game weeks are going to be massive for you because you've got 4 chips to use in 4 weeks. That's how I'd do it. You could bench boost 37, but probably makes sense to just go as near as possible. D-Lang says he's looking at either Gabriel to Strike or Thiago to DCL. I don't have enough to buy back because I've got nothing in the bank. Who are you going with? So if it had to be one, Thiago to DCL is better because, like Gabriel you want back. Thiago you can get away with not buying back. So it would be Thiago to DCL. I was saying earlier, just have a look if there's a way you could get Gabriel back in 37. Because in 35, Leeds have got Burnley home, so you could actually play Leeds defenders there. You can play O'Reilly if you've got him. You can play Hill or Senesi. They've got Palace home. So it's not immediately pressing to get Gabriel back in 35. It could be delayed to 37 when they've got Burnley home. But yeah, in isolation, DCL makes more sense in your situation there. Thank you for the 15 months. He says, thoughts on Palmer captaincy? Yeah, if I was chasing or really wanted to push the upside, I'd go Palmer. It's just those 2 for me. Those are the only 2 I would consider. Yeah, I think Palmer's nice. Like I was saying earlier, Martinez is suspended. Maguire is suspended. Euro's picked up an injury. The Delict is still injured. So they've got their first 4 choice centre-backs out, basically. It's going to be Heaven and maybe Shaw centre-back. Something like that. So I don't mind Palmer captain. And that's why, like I was saying, on a free hit, I'd have triple Chelsea attack and just try my luck. Try and put yourself in a position to get lucky. Could backfire, but could have huge upside if they link up with one another for a goal or 2. Khalida says, on bench boost, my 2 single gamic players are Bowen and Bruno. Should I transfer one of them out? Feeling like Bruno's going to fall off for the rest of the season. I wouldn't bet against Bruno, honestly. I think that's very bold. Why do you think he's going to fall off? He's shown nothing to suggest he's going to suddenly fall off. Like, he's having such a unbelievable season. I wouldn't bet against Bruno. Bowen out if you're going to sell one. If you don't own João Pedro or João Pedro or Calvert-Lewin, I would get them in. I'd keep Bruno. 1 free transfer, Thiago to João Pedro. Yeah, I would do that. El Mafioso, 1 free transfer. Would you sell Nunes to O'Reilly or sell Gabriel? I wouldn't sell Nunes. I would just keep him. Gabriel out. I think it's okay. It's a little bit risky, but it's got a lot of potential. I'm looking to do it in a minute. I'm going to do Gabriel to Beal before the deadline. On a free hit, Gross or Enzo? Enzo. Both are good, but I'd say Enzo. O'Reilly or Guay at the back? O'Reilly's got bigger upside. I would go with him. Paulo Dialga, any wildcard suggestions? On a wildcard, so what would I do differently here? So I would have Henderson backup keeper. I really wouldn't change much. So I'd have Gabriel. Got 3.7 mil in the bank here. I'd probably get rid of Senesi. Just he's not worth the million over Hill really. On recent form since Hill's come in anyway. And then I'd go probably Lacroix or Munoz. Could go Munoz even. I still got 3.1 mil in the bank. Probably Struijk. So basically what you're doing here is you're starting Hill, Struijk and O'Reilly. Oh sorry, that's why Bruno's missing. Ah, so now we can't afford it. Hmm. 0.9 mil short, so maybe it'd have to be like Scott instead. I think that on a wild card. I've just plucked it out of the air in 30 seconds, but I think that makes sense. So you bench Gabriel, Lacroix and Bruno. You get a full 11 at double. You roll in 35, and then you've got 5 players doubling in 36. So you could add 1 more Palace player. Maybe you spend a couple transfers to sell Scott for Sarr, for example. That's how I would wildcard. As for hands, Oscar, DCL / Welbeck for the next 3 game weeks on a wildcard. I would say DCL. Better fixtures and also likely to start all of them. Just not sure Welbeck does. Rob TFPL posted some analysis on Welbeck, and I think, if I recall, there's like a huge number of games where he doesn't start midweek when he's got weekend and midweek games, just because of his age and, you know, some players recover differently compared to others. So yeah, DCL. Ant says Gomez or Gross on a free hit. I would go Gross. Both are good, but I'd say Gross. This is Dave. Please talk me up going O'Reilly captain. I mean, the first game is Arsenal. That's tough. And the second game, he's not totally nailed on to start. He probably will, but I wouldn't take the risk. I'd go, if you want to go against Haaland, I think Palmer's the one. Simon says, Darlow, Dubravka, O'Reilly, Hill, Van Heck, Gabriel, Mukiele, Bruno. You got no free transfers, bench boost, Palmer and Mbeumo out from -4. Yeah, that's worth a hit, Simon. Go for it. Palmer's the sort of player I'd be comfortable taking a hit for this week. Right, let's have a quick look at the most transferred players. Number 1 is DCL. 419,000 have bought him. And then it's Haaland. Then it's Cherky, Senesi. Oh, it doesn't fit. Need to fix that. O'Reilly, Scott, Palmer, João Pedro. Most sold is... Oh, Ekatika. Yeah, 1.1 million. Timber, Mbeumo, Rice, Wilson, Thiago, Gabriel, Chalobah. Let me just take a note to fix that, so that fits in next stream. There we go. Price rises for DCL. Who's rising tonight? Let's take a look. Doesn't really matter anymore, does it? But oh, maybe it does. Could still come in handy. Yeah, DCL definitely going up tonight. Scott, Tavernier, Semenyo, Cucurella, Stroy. God, it's a lot of rises. Darlow, Palmer. Right, just going toilet very quickly. Be back in a sec. Should we put the cat on? Yeah. Be 2 secs. Alright then. Alright then. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. Will he wash his hands? I'm going to be honest. I didn't. I was rushing. In my head, I was just thinking like there's people just watching the chair. Well, you couldn't even see the chair, could you? The cat. And I rushed, and that was an oversight, so sorry. Too quick, no hands washed. Right. I will wash them after the stream. I'm not running back. Rate the honesty. Bring back the cat. Right, keep your questions coming. Lino says, triple captain Palmer, weak United and must win against Brighton. Oh, triple captain Palmer. If I still had a triple captain, I think I would save it for City's double. Not many are going to still have the triple captain by 36. And I just think, sure, I don't want to lead you down the wrong path, but that's the wrong graphic. That one. Like Brentford home, Palace home. On paper, is just a lot stronger for Haaland than Palmer having Man United home, Brighton away, isn't it? You can't really. It's just no disputing that. It's a stronger double, and it looks like the title race is going to go down to the wire. So he starts both in that double. So if I still had it, I would be saving it for that. But if you go for it, like best of luck. I hope he smashes it because I've got him in my team. Matt says, question for the free hitters. Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton? I think Orton. DCL or Thiago? DCL. Gordon to Cherky or Rice to Cherky? Rice to Cherky, I think. Just about edges it there. Yeah. Corby Voodoo says, still have 4 chips. I have a good team, but the Bradford's in goal. A -4 for Berrigan or use the wild card. No, I'd just wild card. Go for it now. Because how many game weeks have we got left? Like 6. 6 game weeks is it? And you've got 4 chips to use still. Wild card now. Free hit 34. Bench boost 35. Triple captain to 36. And enjoy the rank climb because that's a very strong position to be in. Let's do a chip poll. How many chips you got left after this week? I bet you for most people it's like 1. How many chips have you got left after this game week? Poll is up. Get your votes in. 20 minutes till deadline. I'm going to lock my transfer in shortly, in about 10 minutes. Is 4-3-3 good? Yeah, I mean, every formation is good this week. Even the back 5 is good. Free hitting now. Wildcard 35. Bench boost 36. Okay, interesting. I guess that works too. I just think in theory, isn't wildcarding now better and free hit the blank? Because otherwise, it depends how good your team is in 34, I suppose. Maybe you've got a strong team there. Vanek, thanks for the 30 months. He says, sold Bruno Gabriel to Enzo Beal, -4, full team double game week. Best of luck. Big moves selling Bruno and Gabriel. I hope you smash it. And hope you've got a plan to get one of them back in at least, maybe both. Probably Bruno's more of a priority after. OPME says, I've got the triple captainship. Do I use it on Haaland? I would save it, OPME. City are likely to double in 36. They've got a postponement that will be rearranged before the season's over. So they've got a guaranteed double. And it's probably going to be in Game Week 36. So they'd have Brentford home and Palace home. So I would use it on Haaland there if I still had the triple captain. Donaldinho with the 50 months. He says, I can't afford Semenyo. Would Cherky be a foolish risk? No, I think if you can't afford Semenyo, Cherky's fine. Like, you want to have triple City at all costs, so Cherky's fine as an alternative. Like, it's not worth a -4 when you can just have Cherky for free, if that makes sense. Crispy Bacon with the 12 months, 1 year, and he says, Okafor captain. I'm not hearing you out, Chris, on this one. I know you've gone rogue a few times over the years, and I've said don't do it, and it goes well, but I ain't hearing out Okafor captain. LAS Playback says he's opted for Welbeck over João Pedro and Hill over Senesi to fit Semenyo in over Cherky and over Lacroix and Henderson in the team. Yep, sounds good. Is that on a wild card? Can you not have Calvert-Lewin over Welbeck? He's cheaper, no? Oh, over João Pedro. Okay. I'd find a way to have João Pedro over Welbeck personally, if it's on a wild card. If I was wildcard, João Pedro would be one of the staples for me personally. Lucidus, thanks for the 33 months. He says, GG Oscar, all the best for the biggest game week of the season. Thank you, Lucidus. You too, mate. I hope everyone smashes it this double game week. It's always an exciting feeling in the air at the start of the biggest double game week of the season, and then that inevitably fizzles away quickly. Maybe this time will be the exception. We'll see. 2 free transfers, Thiago to DCL. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm keeping Thiago, but I've only got 1 transfer, so that was always my plan to keep. Okafor or a Leeds defender. I think Leeds defender, if I was picking. You've gone João Pedro starting. Gabriel to Cucurella. No, I probably wouldn't do Cucurella in. I think if I was selling Gabriel, it'd be a Bournemouth centre-back or a Leeds defender. If anyone's not got the Focal app, make sure you install it before the deadline. It's free, loads of good stuff in there. You got your fixture ticker, price changes, articles, captaincy, bonus points, live defcons, live rank, bookies odds, stats, and all sorts of good stuff. So yeah, link below for that, or just search FPL Focal in the App Store. Almost 500,000 managers use it, and if you want to unlock premium, it's only 77p a week. I highly recommend. Trusted by over 450,000 FPL managers. Gross to get 4 minutes. There's a good chance he plays 90 in both. Whiskey's still flowing, Oscar. Team is not changing. We set, boys. Let's go. New Zealand on. Triple Man City defence. Oh, I mean, it's so bold. I don't think I would ever do it. It's beyond the limits of human creativity to go triple City defence on a free hit, surely. It's one of those, like, if Haaland blanks against Arsenal, doesn't start against Burnley, it's like, that's the sort of scenario where you'd need it to work, and City keep 2 clean sheets, something like that. Ryan or Tavernier? I would say Tavernier because he's got the pen share and better minutes. So is everyone playing the free hit? They're not. We'll do a chip poll now, and then we'll finish up with a captain poll. So just quickly, how many chips have you got left after this game week? 6% none, 44% 1, 39% 2, 11% 3. And then, yeah, the chip poll. I'm going to put none as an option, so if you don't have one active, just put none, that's fine. So we'll go free hit, bench boost, wildcard / triple captain, no chip. Poll is up, get your votes in, and then in about 5 minutes we'll do a captain poll to finish things up. Thank you all for being here. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Do hit subscribe and like the stream if you're enjoying it. Nair11 says, what's the strategy if I've still got wildcard, bench boost and free hit? In your situation, it does depend how your team is for this week, but assuming you haven't got the strongest 11, I would wildcard now, free hit 34 in the blank, and then bench boost in 35 or 36. Or if your team is really strong for this week, leave it as it is. Obviously you could bench boost if it's really strong. Free hit in 34 and then wildcard 35. So it just depends on that. Gonna lock my transfer in about 5 minutes. What's your plan, Oscar? I'm gonna do Gabriel to Beal. That's the plan. Big King, thank you for becoming an FPL Focal member. Appreciate you. Thanks for your support, mate. Thank you. If anyone else wants to be a member, it's the join button below the stream. You get early access to videos, the members channel on Discord. You get the, I don't know what you call them, the membership emojis. The members league, just a few little benefits like that, and it supports the channel. But just being here, watching the stream is enough support. You don't have to. So 49% bench boosting, 34% free hitting, 12% wildcard or triple captain, 5% no chip. We'll leave that up to sit for a few more minutes to get some more votes, and then captain poll. Yeah, in case you guys didn't see, we added a new page on the Focal app, Team of the Week, which shows you the best 11 for the game week. So this updates every game week, and it updates automatically throughout the week based on injury news or changes to WODs or anything like that that can affect how a player is expected to do. And that's how it's looking for this week. So if you're on a free hit, for example, I would go like Beal or Strike over Goodmanson, but other than that, that would be my free hit team. On the bench, it's Verbruggen, Ryan, Van Heck and Kadioglu. Yeah, I'm selling Gabriel. Truffert or Beal or Strike. Beal if it's just for this week. Strike if you need him longer term. Models have been loving Goodmanson. I noticed that. It surprised me a bit. Like, the guy's on about 60 points for the season. He's averaging exactly 2 points per game, if I'm not mistaken. Like the stream for Focal's hard work, folks. Thank you very much, Ash. Appreciate you. Thanks, Ash. So, I'm surprised by how much the models love Goodmanson. I guess he's one of the best for minutes. But a very low chance of DEFCON. He's got a goal involvement in him, but yeah, I prefer the centre-backs. If nothing else, you can just target DEFCON, right? Gross or Enzo, my man? Enzo. It's actually an S set. It's pronounced as 2 S's. It's not a B. It looks like a capital B, but it's not. It's pronounced like 2 S's. Gross. Gross versus Minte. Gross. He's underperforming his XGI massively. Yeah, perhaps it's that as well. Maybe he's been a bit unlucky, but yeah. I mean, if you look at points per game, Beal is on 3.7. I think Strike's on like 3.3. So it's like fairly more than Goodmanson. But I guess he's also 3.8 mil. So there's also that. Oh, FPL Apprentice plans to get Gabriel back or not bother him. Yeah, it'll either be Game Week 35 or Game Week 37. He'll come back in at some point. I'm pretty sure of it. Don't know which week yet, but one of those two. I can potentially get away with waiting until 37. Because of Leeds having Burnley home in 35, O'Reilly, I'd play him against Everton. You know, Hill's got Palace home. So there's some fairly good fixtures for my defenders if I don't buy him back. And then maybe in 36, I would buy like Lacroix, maybe. So again, that could potentially cover Gabriel because he's got a double. Yeah, we'll see. Undecided, but those 2 weeks. Ayamide says, "Hi Oscar, on a free hit, Scott or Gross? I've got Tavernier already." Oh, it's really close. Probably Gross. There's an outside chance if Welbeck's not on the pitch, he takes pens. He's on the set pieces and corners. Scott, I know he's hauled last game week. It's really a coin toss, that. I think I'd have Gross. Yeah, it's really, really close. Go with your gut, honestly. They're both great picks. Right, so we'll end that poll. So bench boost 53%, free hit 33, wildcard or triple captain 10, 5% no chip. And that leads us to the final poll of the stream. Who is your captain? Anyone brave enough to go against Haaland? Haaland, Palmer, Semenyo and other. Message in chat if other. Poll is up. I need to make my transfer. Let me just do a quick check around for team news or anything I might have missed. Don't think so. Nothing there. Nothing there. So it feels weird selling Gabriel for Beal. Gabriel to Beal. Right, let's flick chat open again. You're not captain in transfer, I don't believe you. I've got one free transfer. Gabriel to Beal. Confirm. It is done. Let's take a screenshot of that. I'm just going to post my team quickly on all socials. Gabriel to Beal. May the FPL Lords bless you all this double game. Good luck all. Post. Haaland captain, Palmer vice. Whew. Mechanical keyboard to play FPL. What's wrong with that? I love my keyboard. Can you hear it through on the mic? Joshua says, is rolling crazy? Enjoy your weekend, Oscar. Cheers. No, absolutely not. Rolling's fine this week. Nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of people are rolling, right? Is anyone else rolling? Some people are just keeping players like Gabriel, and that's perfectly fine as well. How much left in the bank after that? I have got 3.2 million left over after that. There you go, other people are rolling. You can hear the keyboard. I typed super fast. Has Oscar frozen? Don't think so. Have I? Nope. Might be your stream. Swap the sub with Thiago. Well, it's no different. It's the bench boost. It doesn't matter. If it was a normal game week, yeah, but then it'd be weird to have a double game week player on the bench. But yeah, you're right. I suppose technically I'd start Beal over Van Heck. Again, it doesn't really matter. It's much of a muchness, isn't it? It's about the full 15. Like, I was never not going to bench boost this week, so it doesn't actually matter. Here's to hoping Matoma returns. So, what did everyone do this week? What transfers were made? Which chips were active? Why Semenyo over Cherky? I just picked him up on the wildcard last week. It felt slightly better for minutes. But Cherky's great as well. Did it post? Yeah, did it? So yeah, transfer made. Gabriel to Beal, and that's 13 doubling. How many players have you guys got doubling? I guess the free hitters, it's 11. Funky Monkey says, I'm copying your team. Fair play. Respect the honesty. Sorry, Heike says, start Fernandez or Hinshelwood. No bench boost. It'd have to be Hinshelwood. Like, Hinshelwood, it would be projected to do better than Bruno. I'm sure I read Hinshelwood's top in the league for non-pen XGI over the last, like, 6 game weeks. So it seems like he's been quite unlucky to be blanking as well. But yeah, I would start Hinshelwood over Bruno. It's one of those, it feels wrong, doesn't it? But like, you have to chase it on a bench boost. You got 14, Bruno's your only single, very nice. Jack's got 7, Spook's on 5. Todd's on 11 doublers. 14 double game week players. 1 minute till the deadline. Double check you've got your bench boost active, guys. Transfers locked in, or if you're free hitting, or make sure you didn't forget to activate if you were trying to get price rises. Always a risky play that when you don't activate it to try and catch price rises, because if you ever forget, it's like boom, season over. Finally says, holy stressful, I got in 5 minutes prior, just about made it. Well done everyone for making it before the deadline. Every week when I post my team, there's comments like, oh, I missed the deadline again. Don't forget to wash your hands after the stream. If anyone's just coming in, they'll be like, wait, what? Samuel says, I just shit my pants for no reason. Again, respect the honesty. And that's no alarm, that is the deadline. Red Bull Vodka says, locked in, let's effing go. Todd says, thanks Oscar, good luck. I hope you all smash it this game week, and I hope the FPL Lords bless you all, as I say. Don't forget to check out Holy, link in the description. There's coupons to get like £10 off, and the coupons stack with an existing offer they're running there if you get the starter pack. So check them out. Shout out to Holy Energy, sponsor of the stream. And we're going to play the outro song, and what we're going to do, that's just splashed in my eye. FPL Era is 30 subscribers off, is it 9k? He's been trying to hit it for weeks. So everyone head over to him. I'm going to put it in the chat. Everyone head over to him. Spam Focal Raid. Subscribe to him. Let's get him over 9k. I think it's 9k he's just short of. So everyone head over there. Spam Focal Raid. He's the most down-to-earth guy. He's coming on my stag do this summer. So send him some love. Good luck this game week, everyone, as I say. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. I appreciate you all. And I hope you have a good game week. That's it from me. Focal out.
De Bruyne's corner. Haaland! Goal! Mo Salah.